I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. And that's how I feel about myself.
You see me around a lot.
I don't know.
Don't act like you ain't seen me around.
Them days.
He said that.
Bud, come on. Terence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen and
Straight, boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam. That's when they're trying to run out. When they're trying to run, pop, there you go.
even if I don't feel the same way that he feeling at the moment, it don't matter. I still want to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying.
If you hear, pop, what do you think he can throw? The hook, because you out the way of the right hand.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he need to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then he make the best out of everything that he learned from everybody.
Then throw it straight left to the body.
At the end of the day, you don't want to feel like a know-it-all. And the people that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
Shakur Stevenson isn't approaching this camp as routine preparation. He's training alongside top-tier talent, and that choice alone signals how much respect he has for the challenge Teofimo Lopez presents.
He's a work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has, and given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division, and be the last man standing given the opportunity.
Stevenson has been logging serious rounds alongside Terence Crawford at D1 training in Colorado Springs, the same high-performance environment Crawford used while preparing for his showdown with Canelo. That detail alone shifts the perception of this matchup. This isn't standard conditioning or routine pad work. It's high-level refinement, where timing, spatial awareness, and mental sharpness are challenged and recalibrated every session.
That I sent somebody to steal his passport, replicate his job, all types of weird stuff.
He called me earlier. He's like, yo, when you spar, I'm going to come to the gym. I'm like, I'm going to spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was going to pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he says. So a hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate them. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better.
Training alongside Crawford exposes Stevenson to genuine pressure, elite ring intelligence, and constant adaptation rather than stage scenarios. Those sessions are likely centered on maintaining control under stress, setting nuance traps, and capitalizing on overextensions without wasting energy. It also reveals a lot about Stevenson's mentality. You don't choose to work with someone like Crawford unless you're prepared to be tested, corrected, and driven well beyond your comfort zone.
I hurt my hand. I was hurting it all throughout the camp.
I was feeling good.
I felt it just now. But I was trying to ignore the pain and keep it going, but it just got worse to the point where I couldn't really take it no more. I kind of felt it after my last fight. I'm like, man, just ignore it because you're going to have to keep ignoring it every time you fight. You don't realize it until it gets like to the point where you just can't take it no more. That video, even that video that got out of me like hitting somebody with a body shot, I fell. I've been hitting it constantly over and over and over. I felt the pain badly that last time to where it's like I couldn't take it no more.
Preparing in a setting defined by championship expectations and no room for shortcuts goes beyond technical development. It's about refining composure. Against someone like Teofimo Lopez, who feeds off disorder and sudden explosions, Stevenson is clearly aiming to condition his instincts toward controlled, precise responses when the pressure spikes.
My road, please. Right here. You fucking up. Give a shot.
This training camp feels deliberate, disciplined, and quietly threatening. The kind of preparation that stays low-key but makes noise when it matters. And just when grinding alongside Terence Crawford in Colorado seems like the final level, Keyshawn Davis enters the conversation with the calmest, most grounded perspective of them all. Listening to him, you get the sense this is coming from someone who's shared real rounds with both fighters. There's no chasing attention, no raised voice, no picking sides for engagement. His message is essentially, take a breath. This is a fight that will develop before it explodes.
At the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is eventually going to start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people think.
That distinction matters, because when Keyshawn points out that the fight may start measured before Teofimo increases the intensity, it isn't speculation, it's first-hand knowledge. What stands out is how honest he keeps it. There's no manufactured disrespect, no pretending one side lacks ability. He openly acknowledges that Teofimo is a legitimate threat, and denying that would be dishonest. At the same time, he doesn't avoid making a call. He still favors Shakur on the scorecards, just by a narrower margin than many expect. And that's the key point, narrow. Not a runaway, not a shutout, not chaos for highlights, but a genuine contest where momentum shifts and both fighters are forced to confront difficult moments.
Good.
Hey, one thing I can say though, because I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Teo can fight.
I'm telling you that. Teo can fight.
Winning back
If you said he couldn't, you'd be lying. Right. That's a real assessment, though. I think Shakur still wins, but it's going to be closer than what people think. Teo is nice. A lot, man, no doubt.
Yeah, and Keyshawn, speaking of Teo, you know, you've been vocal about your desire to fight Teofimo Lopez. And of course, I was there in Las Vegas, right, when you FaceTime Teo. Now Teo's fighting Shakur Stevenson, but do we see Keyshawn and Teo at some point?
How was Teo acting when I FaceTimed him? Since you brought it up, how was he acting?
You tell me. You tell the people.
Why do I gotta tell you? What you asked me again? Because I want to answer that. What'd you say?
Yo, do we see you and Teo fight in the future?
Depending on what Shakur do with him.
Hey, losing to Shakur.
What really stands out is how Keyshawn separates personal loyalty from competitive reality. He acknowledges Shakur's support during difficult times, but once the fight starts, sentiment gives way to analysis. That balance is rare. There's no hype man language, no writing off anyone's future, just an honest assessment that outcomes often hinge on how energy is managed. And that might be the most grounded perspective yet. This isn't a moment that defines the end of anyone's career. It's one that shapes what comes next. We're not witnessing a downfall. We're watching two paths intersect. And if you're expecting a one-sided narrative, Keyshawn's message is clear. Turn the noise down and actually watch what's unfolding.
Depends how bad he loses.
I was about to say.
So you think it's going to be bad?
No. Let's say he loses a competitive fight. I think that would be the most common answer is Shakur outpoints him in a very competitive fight. What then? What then for you and Teo? For the businessman, huh?
All right, cool. Okay, since you worded it like that, I don't, because I won't go say that shit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the future holds. I just know what I want to do, and I want to go to 147 and become a champion. Because I just feel like them guys just can't beat me from 140 to 147. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a surprise the boxing world. I'm small. I just moved to 140, and I'm gonna be fighting guys naturally bigger than me, and I'm gonna be stopping them. knocking them out.
I remember.
And that's gonna be very entertaining.
And once Keyshawn offered that grounded, first-hand fighter's view, the conversation naturally shifts into a higher gear when Teddy Atlas weighs in. Because when Teddy speaks, it isn't filler, it's perspective shaped by experience. Listening to him, it feels like the discussion has moved to the adult table. No chasing hype, no fishing for viral clips, just genuine respect for two fighters willing to meet risk head-on when many would look for safer options. What I love most is how quickly Teddy dismantles the lazy narratives. After this matchup, there's no room left to accuse either Teofimo Lopez or Shakur Stevenson of avoiding challenges. This fight ends that argument the moment it's announced.
I want to piggyback a little bit off of what you just said. I want to start by just giving them credit. You know, a lot of these guys avoid certain fights. They're not avoiding them right now. You got to give them credit. A lot of people took shots at Shakur, you know, and Teofimo at certain spots. He's avoiding this guy. He's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet side.
The honesty around stylistic expectations is refreshing. This isn't about non-stop fireworks, but about genuine boxing, adjustments, control of distance, and precise timing. Teddy points out Shakur's readiness to step into range, which is crucial against Teofimo, because staying purely on the outside offers no safety. At the same time, Teofimo's power remains the unpredictable factor that can change the tone of a round in an instant. It's athleticism meeting explosiveness, skill colliding with skill. In a matchup like this, a single decision can shift everything. And for those who truly appreciate the sport, that's exactly what makes it compelling.
Teofimo showed you that he can fight inside, he can fight outside. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. You know one thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be interesting. I'll tell you, it's a lot to like about these two athletic, talented fighters.
And after Teddy Atlas delivers that Professor at the Blackboard breakdown, the tone shifts again when Timothy Bradley Jr. joins the discussion. Bradley doesn't speak like an observer. He talks like someone who's been in the ring, listening to his own pulse. Hearing him, it's clear this isn't hype, it's a caution sign. His message is simple: approach this fight casually, and you'll miss what actually matters. This isn't a wild exchange of punches. It's a strategic battle where every inch is contested and every error carries a cost. The way he frames it is perfect. Structure versus eruption. On one side is Shakur Stevenson, who treats defense like a locked vault, opening it only on his terms. On the other is Teofimo Lopez, a fighter who needs very little space or invitation to turn a quiet moment into danger. Bradley's point couldn't be clearer. If you don't understand nuance, timing, and setups, you'll label this fight as dull and reveal more about yourself than the action. This is boxing for people who truly watch boxing.
For everybody that's going to be calling this fight, because there's every offense that, or every type of any offense that's going to be landed, it's going to have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez, explosive as hell. He's smart as well. Shoot, you got to remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bring into the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine and when I want to get mine, but you ain't getting.
This is where Bradley really shines, dismantling the lazy Shakur can't punch narrative without ever raising his voice. Listening to him, it's clear, power isn't just muscle. It's timing, placement, and hitting an opponent in the moment they least expect it. That's mature, strategic boxing. His examples aren't random. They illustrate that explosiveness without control gets punished, and discipline without awareness eventually fails. If Teofimo rushes recklessly, he may find himself off balance faster than intended. Conversely, if Shakur grows overconfident and assumes control guarantees safety, that's when vulnerabilities appear. What stands out most is how Bradley frames this fight as one that rewards intelligence. No freebies, no coasting. Every attack must be carefully constructed, concealed, and earned. For fans who pay attention, that's the beauty of it. This isn't about volume. It's about understanding the moment when it truly matters. Lock in, and the fight is tense, led, and compelling. Zone out, and you'll miss how a single exchange can swing an entire round.
Look, y'all might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This gonna be one hell of a technical battle that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this battle. Oh yeah. Yeah, because what y'all gonna witness is, I'm gonna tell you right now what you're gonna witness. You're gonna witness fundamentals, great fundamentals, versus that explosive stuff. You know what I'm saying? That explosive stuff. So like, let me give you a prime example. Not to this degree, but Tonio Tarver, Roy Jones. Tarver had them fundamentals down. Roy didn't. Had them fundamentals.
Here's my call. No hedging. I see the fight unfolding exactly the way Shakur wants. Early on, he'll control the pace with clean lanes and disciplined distance, forcing Teofimo to earn every inch as if the ring were rented space. Stevenson will likely rack up the opening rounds with precision, making it feel like he's holding the remote. But the middle rounds are where things shift. Teofimo's timing sharpens. His boasts stop being guesses and start becoming definitive statements. He won't dominate minutes, but he'll seize critical moments, and moments count when human judges score. I don't see a blowout, nor do I see panic. I see tension, Shakur adjusting brilliantly, while Teofimo pushes him harder than he prefers, especially in the later rounds. My pick goes to Shakur by a narrow decision, not because he overwhelms, but because his discipline endures the chaos just long enough. And if fans leave debating rounds, replaying exchanges, and splitting scorecards, that isn't controversy. That's exactly what real boxing looks like.
I understand what happened. Now, yeah, look, if Teofimo Lopez, he get out of line and he want to run in there that fire and he get his behind caught, just like Norman Jr. got his behind caught, talking about, he can't punch. Oh, he can find himself picking himself off of the canvas too. Yeah, talking about Shakur can't punch. I don't see many guys just running there on Shakur. But anyways, look, y'all already know what it is. Precision, timing, right? Hitting the dude when he don't see something coming.